Welcome to Wednesday Web Chat. This is Carl Lewis, your host from Vision 33. Today we're going to be looking at EDI Part 2, and we're really going to do a process demo to really show you how it works. A couple of weeks ago, we had a guest on from SPS Commerce, our EDI partner, who was kind of going through the benefits and the reasons you might do it. Today, Sarah Humphreys and I, my colleague from Vision 33, thought we would take a look at really how it works. And so I'm going to turn it over now to my good friend, Sarah. There you are, Sarah. We're seeing your screen.
Wonderful. Thank you, Carl. I know that last time I believe you heard about EDI from my counterpart at SPS Commerce and some of the benefits to having an automated EDI solution. And my goal really today is to walk you through what that would look like from an integration perspective, as well as some of the key documents that we support. We'll also be talking about some of the full service solutions that SPS Commerce provides you and automation in terms of document sending. So today's agenda, I thought I would cover for some of you who may or may not know, what is EDI, Electronic Data Interchange. I'll talk a little bit about the Vision 33 SPS Commerce relationship and the SAP Business One integration. I'll talk through and cover some of the order to cash documents, as well as like what a 3PL component would look like, and then the impact within your business if you were to have an automated integrated EDI solution. So what is electronic data interchange? It's basically a way for companies to send information digitally from one organization to another using a standardized format. So a lot of times, you'll have an ERP that has a specific format, and then I may have a different ERP that has another format. And to communicate an order detail, for example, that looks different. So the process of using EDI to translate that information is becoming more and more important as we move, not only towards automation, but also working with larger retailers like the Costcos, the Home Depots of the world. EDI replaces your order processes and transactions and communications that were normally done either by paper or fax in the past, and is now an important component for automation within your business processes. So Vision 33 partnered with SPS Commerce as they are, the experts in the EDI space. And we all know that working with multiple high volume trading partners and, maintaining EDI relationships can be overwhelming and complex and often leads to redundant, duplicate entries, keying in data manually, and then also incompatible applications. And that all really just leads to inefficiencies and delays within your supply chain. So the SPS Commerce Cloud EDI, powered by Vision 33, it provides the deepest level of integration between SAP Business One and your trading partner's capabilities. It's not available from any other product. So today my plan is to talk about how you can benefit from a single solution that seamlessly merges and manages your key business processes and meets your trading partner specific EDI requirements. Not only do you have the benefit of an integrated solution, but you'll have access to the SPS Commerce Universal Network, and that really gives you a broader scope of trading partners that you're able to work with. And as you can see here within the slide in front of you, SPS Commerce and Vision 33, they take care of the entire implementation process. We do the testing, the migration, and the production. We also stress test everything so that, we make sure everything works from day one. We proactively onboard your trading partner so that you don't have to, and also simplify the trading partner onboarding process. And then again, just some key points: eliminating data entry. It's fully cloud-based, and SPS is the only provider that owns its own van. It's reliable at the end of the day. So the first document within the order to cash process would be the inbound purchase order. An EDI 850 or purchase order is an electronic purchase order sent from a buyer to a seller requesting goods or services. An electronic purchase order is one of the most fundamental documents that should be part of an automated EDI solution. Buying organizations use EDI purchase orders to order products to be shipped to a distribution center, a store, or to the end customer. And this document can contain a single ship to location or multiple ship to locations, like for cross-dock orders, for example. So instead of having to manually key in your purchase orders, the integration pulls in that PO and automatically creates a sales order within SAP Business One for you with the corresponding, business partner details, contact information, inventory items, prices, that sort of thing. And that really just reduces the time spent manually keying in orders, speeds up fulfillment, reduces your on-hand inventory, and some of the key things around errors and paperwork. We all don't like that. I know that a lot of organizations have actual employees within their organization solely focused on keying in orders. So this is a very big cost savings by having this automated. The next document within the order to cash process is the purchase order acknowledgement, or also known as the A55. The PO acknowledgement, that way it helps communicate the receipt or rejection. So if you are able to fulfill an order or not. And it can also communicate any errors or changes to an order. It serves several functions, like acknowledging the receipt of a purchase order from a buyer. It communicates the seller's intent to fulfill that order, reports any errors on the order, such as an inaccurate pricing or part number, communicates issues with fulfilling the order, such as insufficient quantities. And then for dropship orders, it provides the retailer with delivery status information to share with the consumer. So again, just streamlining that information relay back to the partner and letting them know that, I can go ahead and fulfill this, or if not, here's some detail as to why. Moving on is the advanced ship notice, so the EDI 856. And the primary purpose of an EDI 856 is to provide detailed information about a pending delivery of goods. So the advanced ship notice describes the contents that have been shipped, as well as the carrier moving the order, the size of the shipment, ship date, and in some cases, the estimated delivery date. So as you can see here within this snippet, the advanced ship notice wizard contains a bunch of information on the delivery note. And if you click the label status button down here, it will actually populate the UCC 128 label, which is where you would, put that on the carton or the box or what have you. So this really helps to reduce the order to payment cycle, gets products on the store shelves faster, allows you to easily track your shipments that are en route, and gives you tracking on any missing cartons, so that way you can make claims accordingly. And lastly, just improving your retailer relationships by reducing stockouts, errors, and missed deliveries. So ultimately smoothing out that supply chain process. And within that order to cash process, the last step is really that outbound AR invoice, or the EDI A10 as it's also known as. Probably one of the most important parts of the payment management process. As we all know, you don't get paid if you don't have an invoice. Therefore, automatically sending an outbound 810 is becoming more and more important. And you can actually specifically say within the integration in SAP Business One which partners you want to auto send the invoice to. So as your team is working on those invoices day to day, they can automatically be sent out via the SPS Commerce integration from your SAP Business One database. We also support the inventory advice document. So this is an electronic version of what would be a paper inventory update. So it's also known as the inventory advice or inquiry. And it's most commonly used by retailers to inquire about a supplier's inventory levels and for suppliers to advise on the number of units that they have on hand. This document also informs the retailer what inventory will be available in the future. And as you can see here, I have an example of an EDI 846 that lets you know for this specific business partner, I'm allocating 80% of my available quantity calculation, and I have a set of, it looks like 3 products here that I'm letting them know are in specific warehouses. So an EDI 846 can be sent to suppliers at different frequencies. So you can say, I want to send this every day or every hour, whatever it may be. And it's most commonly used in e-commerce order fulfillment, specifically for drop shipping. This document really allows you to better plan your warehouse and store ordering, ultimately reduces manual processes, and allows you to communicate your stock availability. Moving on to the warehouse documents. So Vision 33 and SPS Commerce pre-built a set of documents that are within the SAP Business One integration. And we noticed that a lot of people are working with 3PLs. So we wanted to have a way for them to share important warehouse documents back and forth. So the outbound warehouse shipping order, which is the EDI 940, is another document within the SAP Business One integration. And it's often sent by a supplier to authorize a third-party warehouse or a third-party logistics firm to make a shipment to a retailer, grocer, distributor, or to a secondary location of the supplier. It can either convey instructions to ship the same product to multiple locations or to ship specific cartons to a single location. And it really just helps to eliminate the need to send and receive these orders in, email, fax, CSV, as we often see it done with, and allows you to automatically send these details through the integration directly out to your 3PL. So again, following that theme of streamlining your EDI relationships and your trading partner communications, and doing your day-to-day work within the ERP and allowing the integration to pick up that information and share it with the appropriate partners that you work with. And the last of the warehouse documents is the inbound warehouse shipping advice. So this is the 945 EDI document, and it's sent by a third-party warehouse or third-party logistics firm to notify a supplier that a shipment has been made. So it's the information back once you send the 940. The warehouse shipping advice transaction provides information for the supplier to reconcile the quantity shipped against the quantity ordered, create an invoice, and generate an advance ship notice, so the 856 that we previously spoke about. And then depending on the supplier requirements, the warehouse may report the complete order as shipped or shipped with exceptions. So just giving you information about how it was shipped, how it was packed, who it was shipped by, a lot of that important information that you would want to include within your ERP. And again, you can see here that it also reduces administrative time spent by the warehouse having to, type up an email or send you a fax. Reduces the volume of paperwork, as a lot of, warehouses use paper to share information. We can completely remove that by allowing the ERP and SPS network to pick up that important detail and share that within the system. Ultimately leading to operational efficiencies and eliminating the need for more traditional methods of communication. So as you could see here, the SPS Commerce SAP Business One solution is really the best SAP Business One EDI solution out there. The fact that it has a set of pre-built documents, we've worked with over, I think it's 300 clients now that are using the solution. We're just seeing the true benefit of having all of this automated. For example, we have some clients that are receiving, thousands of orders a day. Imagine the cost of having to have, maybe 5 staff on hand that are full-time just keying in those orders and sending out those invoices. That takes up a lot of business time and ultimately leads to business cost. So what does that mean for you? You can onboard your trading partners faster, ultimately reduce your IT costs and time associated within the organization, allows you to scale up both internally and externally and work with more partners that are out there and get your brand and your business on more shelves. Gives you better visibility into the costs that are associated with working with those particular partners, and also give you a quick and easy way to identify any errors and then resolve them, as there are additional tools within the solution to give you visibility within that integration. And lastly, what we see quite often is chargebacks and fees. So reducing the amount of chargebacks and fees that you get. If you make a mistake or you're missing information, a lot of organizations will charge you for that. So by having an integrated solution that is streamlined, doing that through the ERP, has real-time information of your inventory, things like that, it's just going to allow you to move along the supply chain faster. So today, I hope I gave you an overview of the SPS Commerce Cloud EDI solution for SAP Business One, gave you an overview of how we work together, and ultimately get you up and running with an automated EDI solution integrated with your ERP. We take ownership of understanding your trading partner requirements, making mapping changes, and allowing you to outsource that EDI aspect of your business, but still have visibility into it within your ERP. I'd love to do a full live demonstration with you. So if you do have any questions or want to see more, please contact your CRM or visit the website link that I've attached to the slide deck. And of course, myself, I'll be happy to jump on a call and show you how we can help you streamline your EDI. So Carl, with that, I'll pause and see if we have any questions.
I don't have a question, but kind of a comment. Sarah, I've seen a lot of people start EDI with just web forms, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they acquire a trading partner, they've got to work with them through EDI, so they can do EDI web forms. But then they add a second, trading partner, and all of a sudden they've got all kinds of orders that they're rekeying, not just 4 or 5 a day, but 40 a day. And
Hmm.
that's the time when I think a lot of companies come to us and say, "Can you help us automate this?" Right? And
Exactly.
so if you're out there and you're contemplating EDI, know that you can start with web forms and then put in a more robust system as you kind of check out, what the burden is, right, on your staff when you do that, or if you should all of a sudden get another second trading partner or a third trading partner, because sometimes these orders from trading partners, once you're doing this work, can be very onerous, and even a single order can have, hundreds of lines, and trying to rekey that in any way, shape, or form becomes a problem. And Sarah mentioned chargebacks. Once if you make errors and things like that, it ends up almost costing you, more. You end up not making any money because you have to get it perfectly right in order for them to pay you what's agreed upon. So just some advice there about EDI and when it's appropriate. But it's great to have the information so you know where to go when it's the right time for you. And as Sarah mentioned, we have a lot of customers, about 300 of them in the Business One world, that are running the SPS Commerce solution through Vision 33. And we'd love to make you one of them if you have a need for EDI. Anyway, Sarah, I don't have any questions today. I think that was great, just a good overview of the process. And all of these, you mentioned it on the sales orders, but I mean, all of these EDI documents are actually updating SAP Business One specific documents that our customers are used to using, right?
So you can just, use SAP Business One as per usual, and then configure specific document sends to, automatically get sent out as you're working your normal business day. And Carl, I just wanted to piggyback on what you mentioned about the fulfillment platform with SPS Commerce. It's
Mhm.
something that we do see quite a bit with, people who need to be EDI compliant or have specific EDI reports, but the volume of their documents don't necessarily warrant integration. But the nice part about having fulfillment first is that you get, EDI compliant, of course, which is important, allows you to communicate and work with additional trading partners. And then as your brand and your business grows, and you see that volume of orders and whatnot improve and increase, then that also allows us to have business data to test against once the integration project begins. So
Ah,
ultimately, having that web platform is a nice transition, I would say, into integration. So I would highly recommend the fulfillment platform if you need EDI, but your volume's not necessarily there yet for integration, because as you grow, we can certainly help you with that integration down the road.
and having that data helps the actual integration project. I didn't know that. That's
Mhm.
good. Well, thank you, Sarah, as always, and thank you everyone for being here today for Wednesday Web Chat. We'll see all of you again sometime soon on the next session of Wednesday Web Chat.